Hi friend, this is Bliss Note, and I'm so glad you're here. I wanted to tell you about all 19 dogs I saw on my walk today. All kinds of sizes, some very shaggy and very chill, some pretty tiny and pretty wired, ready to play. But that's not you. You're getting very sleepy, so sleepy, and by the end of this, you'll be ready to doze off and dream. Okay, so first, when I left class today, I crossed the street on Cypress Avenue and saw a giant white shaggy sheepdog, so happy with his tongue out, but very, very chill. He looked at me with his two cute big eyes, friendly, looking for a hug. His hair so long, prime for a really great snuggle. I kept walking, and on the sidewalk, I saw a cute Dalmatian, a stylish red collar on her neck. She sniffed and she sniffed on some pink tulips on the curb. It was really just such a pretty color combination. White, black dots, a red line, and then clean green lines crowned with pink. Her short white hair dotted with black spots all over, some circular, some oblong. I wonder if I got the chance to count how many spots I could count. I estimate maybe somewhere around, 101, 102. Or 103. Her tail wagged happily at the sniff of beautiful tulips on the ground. She was so delicate with them. I kept walking down Cypress Ave, and a few blocks later, I saw the tiniest dog, a tiny little puppy chasing to keep up with his mom. Two caramel poodles with very curly, floofy hair. The tiny pup, a mini version of the mom. Their reddish-brown coat softly bouncing in the air as they walked. Step, step, step. 1, 2, 3. So fluffy, so wholesome. Mom and son with their twinkling eyes, with somewhere to go. I wonder where they were going. Maybe straight to the treat store. I crossed the street, and on the other side, on Seabrook Lane, I saw a schnauzer with the cutest, most charming mustache. Such a sweet boy, furry gray coat with curious deep brown eyes and a wagging short little tail, sniffing the air, reading stories in the wind with his nose. Two bushy, fluffy eyebrows. He looks up at me as I walk past, with those twinkling eyes, expecting a pet. I smile at him and walk on, wishing I could take him home with me and hug him forever. Then, a few blocks over, I saw my sixth dog. She barked at me softly, playfully. Woof, woof. I looked over and saw her sitting on a grassy patch, her tongue hanging with carefree joy, her ears perked up attentively, listening for maybe my reciprocal bark. She was the cutest, a black scruffy dog with light caramel paws, like she was born with booties on, or very chic socks, or she's been walking in a shallow pool of caramel. Hi, I whispered with a smile as I walked past. I kept walking down Seabrook Lane, past my favorite pastry shop and one of the best bookstores in town. with beautiful gold lettering on the window glass. Yours truly, bookstore, in a bold regal script. And a mellow classical symphony dances its way out of the store. I look inside through the door and see a tiny little wiener dog, chocolate with sweet floppy ears. I suppose this is the store dog in residence. The shopkeeper looks up at me with a wave and smiles. The elegant pup calmly looking up at him from his cushy beige little bed. So cozy, warm, and as I waltz by through the corner of the window, I see him rest his head down on the edge of the bed, ready for a big nap. Can you relate? Are you cozy, comfy, ready for a big nap too? Maybe an 8-hour nap. Of restful, full sleep. So cozy, drowsy, lazy in the best way. That's our dog number 7. I kept walking, but turned the corner now on Westbrook Street. The sidewalk is all brick. I love some good masonry. Some of the buildings are covered in vines too. Super romantic. It blooms with roses in the summer, but they're not quite there yet. I can't wait. And right here, as I walk down Westbrook Lane, I see Millie, and I know her name instantly thanks to her pink velvet collar, which has sparkly letters spelling out M-I-L-L-I-E. She's a tiny little dog with a wiry tan coat, and she's sniffing a leaf very carefully, gently, softly. Her soft brown nose working overtime to understand every detail of this leaf in lieu of a microscope or a looking glass. She finds a grasshopper a few steps in front, and her ears perk up, and Millie makes a new friend or dinner plan. She's number 8. I kept walking another few blocks and saw this lanky dog with very long legs. His coat short, a soft whisper of a latte. But his nose gets progressively darker the closer it gets to the tip. He looks at me as I walk past, one ear perked, but the other one couldn't be bothered. Instead, it flops down lazily, sleepily, without a care in the world. "Milo," says the human next to him, and Milo turns away from me and walks with him, his lanky paws getting in formation and following through step after step. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I keep walking, now crossing a bridge, and see a fluffy labradoodle with his head through the rail, looking down at the water below us, watching the gentle stream of water, his long floofy tail swaying from side to side, and his light brown curls softly swept up by the breeze just a little. And he lifts his head to sniff the air. I wonder what he's smelling. Maybe my jasmine perfume. I keep going, and past the bridge, there's a big field to the left side. This is what I like to think of as the Groundhog Park, because I've seen so many groundhogs here. I make myself through the path and see an alert black little dog looking intently in front of her at a groundhog out in the far field. She watches carefully, planning, surveying. She has 2 brown spots on her eyebrows, and her paws are dipped in brown, as if she's wearing camel booties. I notice her collar says Cindy in a red heart. She's the 11th pup I've seen. I keep walking through the park. The tulips are springing up this time of year. Vibrant, bright, probably my favorite flower. I see the small little dog with fur that's silky, fluffy, silver. Her 2 eyes are deep, deep black with the longest eyelashes. And she sniffs the tulips carefully with attention to each one. Her ears are perky in 2 dainty peaks. She's so delicate, carefully stepping on the grass, almost on tiptoes. I wonder if maybe she was a queen in a past life. I pass the tulips and stop at a red light, waiting for the signal to say it's okay to walk. Across the street in front of me, on the other side, a big, big brown majestic dog makes his way across the crosswalk, with his human next to him and a teal leash connecting them two, keeping them together, 2 kindred souls. His human wears a green t-shirt, and the moment I see his shaggy blonde hair, I start to wonder if I'm actually in a famed crime-solving cartoon. The walking signal comes on, and I walk across the street, counting. That was the 13th dog I've seen. I keep walking down Alfred Street and see a tiny car stuck in traffic. I think it's a Mini Cooper, and it's beige. Inside, looking out the window, is a tall, long, skinny, white dog, a greyhound. Her ears are soft and floppy, drooping back. She has pink goggles on to protect her from the wind, and her tongue hangs out excitedly. This is by far the coolest, goofiest dog in town. Number 14. I smile and she zooms off to her next adventure in her chauffeur's tiny Mini Cooper. Big, goofy dog in a mini, chic car. Such a good combo. Walking along Alfred Street, I pass a little cafe with small black tables lining the outside. All sorts of different kinds of people sitting, chatting, sipping. And on the very last table, there's this tiny round dog. Round face, round belly. He's black and looks permanently surprised. He's a pug and very, very cute. It's a little chilly, so he's wearing a jean vest jacket and all sorts of band logos with band patches all over his back. Misfits, Sum 41, and Sex Pistols especially stand out to me. I wonder what the inner life of this dog is, but I bet he can't name 5 albums by these bands. Okay, no, I don't mean to pick on this poor pup. He's too cute and startled. I keep walking with the soft scent of roasting coffee and frothy milk already trailing behind. That was dog number 15. This next one, you won't believe me. I walk past this small square park close to my apartment, and there's a couple walking their 2 dogs. One leash in either one's hand, and both dogs are golden retrievers. The older adult dog carries a pretty hefty segment of a branch in his mouth, and the younger pup, he must have been like 5 months old, he tries to keep up and steal the stick or help carry it, but I suspect there was some thievery going on, at least in intent. So sweet. He never succeeded as far as I saw. Those were pups 16 and 17. As I'm leaving the park, someone else walks in front of me, carrying their dog in their arms. She's so fluffy, like a puff of joy, with 2 adorable eyes peeking out. Caramel coat with hair softly radiating out in every direction, like a warm, puffy sun. And she has a lacy lilac bow on the left side and the right side of her head. I'm super close to my apartment now. The sky is getting a little darker. The sun is slowly setting, and some of the stars are starting to peek through the night sky. I turn the corner and walk up to my apartment, and I see Finn, my neighbor's sweet senior border terrier with gray, wiry, and scratchy hair and the most chill disposition. He's happy to see me and lifts his head to say hello. I give him a head scratch and open the door, head inside, saying, "Bye, Finn." I head to bed, sleepy, tired, thinking about all the dogs I saw on my walk today. Every one of them, all 19 of them. Big ones, little ones, fluffy ones, gristly ones, sweet ones, hyper ones. And I hope you're sleepy like I am, or very, very relaxed and ready to doze off. Thanks, friend. I hope to see you next time. Subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks, friend. Goodbye.